Well, the rain has put a bit of a dampener on proceedings here, but this intriguing matchup should improve everybody's mood. Both teams will be looking to give their sodden supporters something to cheer about. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beckley.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself.
And this is now today's
Jim, who do
lineup.
you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, every great side these days, Peter, is required to have at least one explosive fullback, and I suppose here we have one in the shape of Ben Chilwell, being someone who typically likes to spend most of his time in the opposition half. It'll be key if he can establish an early control.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Well, we're on the way. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And it's Okazaki. Chance to deliver. Tries to get it clear. He's on it, can he get away? The ball goes in, and he's there to clear it. Conte. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Somewhat off target. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Leicester, without doubt, seeing more of the ball and looking to turn it now into something meaningful. Vardy. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Ball is over the line. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Chalobah. And that was nowhere near his best.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope. And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him. Sheffield really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box.
It's a goal kick. Low. Looking tidy in possession here. Wriggles his way through. Great vision.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that is a little undercooked. Passing is crisp and sharp. Spread it left. Can he get on the end of this? Chalobah. And he's picked it up out wide.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Okazaki is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Monga. And it's Okazaki. And this is Okazaki. Okazaki! He's done very well to get to that.
Okazaki is offering a right smile there.
And that has been cleared. Chilwell. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Ball swung in. And he's there to clear it. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. And it's Chalobah. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's picked out the run. And this is Vardy. It's a really well-measured ball. Very nicely done. Lofted in. Good read, needed to be. Wow, that's a fine save. And he's quick to get rid. Chalobah. And he's forced to go back. Now he's off and running. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Vardy. Chilwell. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
That was the first half.
So we reach the halfway point.
Well, it was great to see them try to turn their possession and chances into a goal. They definitely wanted one before the break, and okay, while it didn't happen, things could start changing if they can continue in the same manner.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. The second period is underway.
Leicester have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Looking for a runner. Okazaki wants to run onto this. Well, there's the clearance. And they're back on the ball again. Monga is only bettered by one man in terms of assists this season. Oh, good fly! Oh, good finish! Barely into the second half, and already it is heating up. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and read it perfectly.
Leicester have taken the lead.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter. Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
And it's Chilwell. Chilwell is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. And the score is 1-0. Crosses it in. And reclaimed it in a trice. Played out to the left flank. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
It's a promising position. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And now they can spring out of defence. Low. He's in a great position here. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about. He's having a shot! And that's really well manoeuvred. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Deftly away. Okazaki. And he's gone looking for safety.
Substitution.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Nakamba. Almost there, but it's cold sweats all round. And he's cut it out.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Into the last 5 minutes. Now it's Vardy. Chilwell.
Leicester nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
So here comes a substitution.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Very much into the last knockings. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And that's another throw.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Incoming delivery. And he's cleared it back out. That's the throw. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Richards. Okazaki is onto this. And that will be the final act. Leicester come away having earned what they always set out to earn, the maximum complement of points. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
A set piece won the day, Peter. In this time of added focus on those opportunities, there has been a real upgrade in set play class. We've just seen another fine example.
So that's it for today. Thank you, Jim, and good afternoon all.
A fine win for our boys. This is just what we like to see.
A warm welcome to all of you on this utterly glorious day. Positive vibes all around us, nigh on perfect conditions. There is a thrilling football match in prospect here, and we will be getting underway very shortly. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Preston have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add, and it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
There's the whistle. Spread out to the left. Opts to play it back. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
I think there were a few doubts for a split second, Peter, as to whether he was offside. I think he really got away with one there.
Divine, and he's intervened well there. That has been slung wide. Oh, such a clever touch. Crosses it in. No, he's overshot the green. Monga. And here's Okazaki. Now this could be a shot, surely! And it's a goal! And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Number 28.
Leicester gain their reward with an early goal. Divine. And it's Moran. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Now, can they get him away? Monga.
This is the time you need that pace.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That's a decent clearance. It's a pretty loose pass. And that was very necessary. Okazaki is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And he was quick to react. Preston are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Nicely weighted ball. He's through here. Defending of the desperate variety. Oh, there's a probing ball. Divine.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Dobbin. Oh, that's well spotted.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Monga. Oh, super find. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Conte. And it's Vardy. Strokes it back. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Okazaki. That is lovely. Slop. That's going wide left. No way through, so back it comes. That's a nicely weighted pass. "40 minutes gone, half-time closing in. Not the most accurate pass. And that's going up front in a hurry. And he was alert to it. He's gone forward. Vardy. No, that's been intercepted.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now it's Vardy. Aimed beyond the defence. Tries a shot! And yes, it's there! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that is indeed the final act.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
That won't shake our spirits, will it?
Leicester are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far.
Welcome our players, everyone.
Down to business again. And this is Vardy. Dobbin. And Moran. Devine. That has not gone well. Monga. Conte. And it's Vardy. And that's a good ball. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's heaved it away. Monga. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, Red, nice interception. And it's Moran. Dobbin. Oh, nice touch. Leicester with this handy-looking 2-0 lead. They are looking comfortable. Yarai. Vardy.
Yeah, the hat-trick is definitely on his mind, Peter. He wants to get it over with.
Header! Goal! Ah, it's offside and that'll count for nothing.
The decision came a little late because the referee initially didn't see the assistance flag, but it's the right call.
Disappointment and relief on either side, nothing doing. Well, that is one way to stop him. Vardy. Now there's a Monga! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. It's all becoming so easy. You don't keep those out. He knew, he just knew.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, This isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
"3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy." Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Schlupp. Divine. And it's Moran. Thinks one through. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Conte. Monga, looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Oh, look, Peter, this has been a textbook illustration of how not to defend, and finally they've decided to single him out.
Monga is only bettered by one man in terms of assists this season. Conte. Okazaki. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Dobbin. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Crosses it in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Preston have got it back and they'll have another go. Divine proves just a little bit too strong. It's a really well-measured ball. He's on it, can he get away? Deftly away. He's in a great position here. Oh, that's a foul. Which side of the line is that? Leicester really could have done without this. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, number 17, number 16. Coming on the field.
Oh, brilliant stop from Schmeichel.
Number 28.
Oh, what a cracking
Number
save from the
3,
keeper. That may
Vucevic.
turn out to be psychologically pivotal.
Conte. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Little pass back.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Incoming delivery. That's a decent clearance. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Monga. And that is as far as it goes. Leicester come away having earned what they always set out to earn. The maximum complement of points. Monga just could not help himself, could he? 3 goals to his name. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Unlucky lads. Let's
So
hope
we've
for
reached
better
the end of
luck
our
next
coverage for
time.
today. Many thanks to Jim Beglin alongside me, and we'll both see you next time. Leicester are a team on the verge of achieving something truly remarkable. Often considered the most expensive game of the season, a win here would elevate them to a stage far richer, far bigger, where the grass is far greener, and they are almost there. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So, Jim, nearly there. They can reach out for the promised land.
Well, Peter, I know it's easy for me to say, but just go about your business playing to your usual strengths. That, for me, is the best way to get themselves over the line. Ignore all the nonsense that's been spoken. Get on with it.
And this is now today's lineup.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
So we're up and running. Leicester must not lose. The potential ramifications simply too much to contemplate. And it's been hooked away. Schlupp just loves to go forward whenever he can. And he's intervened well there. It's a good foot in there. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness for danger and the stamina to make sure he can go and snuff it out over and over again if required. He's also exceptional in the tackle, and when you watch him in the latter parts of a game, 90th minute plus, he looks as if he's in the first five.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Conte. Both sides exercising caution for now. Picked out brilliantly. Delivered from distance.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
McAteer, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Monga stood his ground strongly. Threads one in, and the shot! It's in! And look who it is! He leads the way, he leads the way again! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Vardy is currently top scorer in the league. Leicester have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
This is going to make things very interesting, as their opponents will have to take a risk or two now.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Okazaki. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. This is a promising build-up. Done delicately. It's good run, that. Great timing.
Well, in the end, nothing might have come of it, but nothing wrong with the running involved. Something the defence need to wake up to, I think.
Little pass back. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Okazaki is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Monga has got himself a free kick. Monga. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Oh, terrible mistake. Oh, Sujan, surely! And that's a sharp finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. An act of great generosity, accepted gratefully, indeed gleefully.
How can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Conte. That's great control. And the through ball. Taylor. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's McAteer. Matusiwa. And McAteer. It's a really well-measured ball. That's tidy. Good ball, good take. And he can clear it away. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Played out wide. That is good progress on the left. Lovely bit of skill. Out towards the flank. The ball goes in. Cleared away. That's a super give and go. Loose ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. Cross needs to be good. Yerai can get it clear.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack. That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
And here's Vardy. Oh, that was vital.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
So, a temporary halt to the action. To review the first half.
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Leicester looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
So, into the second half. Taylor. Showing good feet. And he lines up. There's the header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Knocks it out wide. Here comes the cross. Kante is there to clear. That's very neat. Forced to go back. Drives it. Towering header! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
That is good alertness. McAteer. Played into the box. Crossed in again. Okazaki absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
And they win it back again. Monga has the third most assists in the league this year.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And it's Vardy. Can he spark a counter here? And here's Okazaki. Monga. And he's got away from him. And he's fouled him there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Substitutions taking place.
Vardy! They've got to be quick to recover this. Monga. And here it's Okazaki! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And that was very necessary. Foot in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. It's a promising position. Cross into the box.
That's good defensive concentration.
And he's been shifted off it. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Davis. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Monga. Atusiwa has a look and plays it forward. Out towards the flank. And he welcomes it in. Now the delivery. Here's the header! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's made its way to him. And he whips it in.
Will somebody who can whip in a decent cross please make himself known to this team? It can't be that hard, can it?
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now it's Okazaki, and he's running through. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Well, that looks a good ball through. Real chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Matsusiwa. Taylor.
There will be 1 minute added
Shifted it to the
time.
flank. Now he's off and running. Yarai. And there goes the final whistle. They've worked so hard and so long for this. Delight mixed with relief. Promotion is assured. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, having tasted this feeling once myself, Peter, I can tell you there's no feeling like it. It's the best. In a long season, a marathon, it's very difficult to be consistently good week in, week out, and you have frustrating spells, but this is the time you realise everything was worth it.
I think we're just about out of time, so many thanks to Jim, and a very good afternoon to you.
Please put your hands together, everyone, and give our boys a round of applause for a job well done.
Welcome one and all. We have perfect blue skies
Hello,
and
everybody,
quite
and
a
welcome
contest
to
ahead of
today's
us. This really is a feel-good football match. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim
Everyone,
Begley.
please
Hello,
welcome to
Peter,
the field.
and hello to everyone
Players.
watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. How are you reading this formation, Jim Begley?
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs two of the three central midfielders to make runs beyond him. and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty of support with this setup.
So that's got things underway. Downs. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now he's got space here. Oh, he's found support out wide, and that was asking for too much. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Conte. That's a good ball out wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Patience, the overwhelming virtue in this game so far. Kante wins the duel this time. Monga. Downs. He's found a way past. He is through here. Very nicely done. Hangs one in. Vardy. First quarter of an hour gone. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, sweet feet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Threads one in. Okazaki receives it in a wide position. Ball in towards the middle. And he can thump it away. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And here's Okazaki. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Southampton are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
And it's Vardy. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. That's a lovely, neat pass. And that's going wide left. Monga has it out wide and in space. That's good play. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, that's neat. Driven in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Front-footed pressing going on here. Turns back here, probably the best option. Now he's off and running. He's in plenty of space here. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now it's Vardy. And here's Vardy. Downs. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Little pass back. Great chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Nicely weighted ball. And it's Okazaki. Shot a goal! It's in!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Vardy. Now it's Okazaki. Played out towards the right wing.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now, can they get him away? Cross goes in there. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
So that was the first
Okay,
half.
they got hit with
Still
that one
plenty of
sucker
time
punch,
left for a
but I don't
comeback.
think there was much wrong with their overall approach.
Everyone,
I think the
please
boss needs to
welcome our
give his team a
players.
lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Leicester are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. That gets us going once more. Leicester leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Monga.
This is the time you need that pace.
Monga. This is promising. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Schlupp makes the interception. Now it's Vardy. Back in possession and ready to go again. And he's certainly onside here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Team still separated by the game's only goal. Vardy being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and the creator-in-chief is unsurprisingly being treated as a special case now.
Vardy has assisted more league goals than anyone else this season. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
He's had it taken off him. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's being urged to shoot. And he's being shifted off it. Downs. Monga. Conte. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, good spread. Downs. Into the last quarter of an hour. Succumbs to the pressure.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute.
Southampton really aren't making anything meaningful of their time on the ball.
Now it's Okazaki. That has been slung wide. Looking for the far post. Leicester clearly looking to hold on here right to the end. That has not gone well. And it's Vardy. Played out to the left flank. And it's made its way to him. That's really well manoeuvred.
Southampton really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. That's that, the end. Leicester have done it. Happy in the knowledge that they've taken maximum points. Mission accomplished. Okazaki picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Leicester, honestly, could have done themselves a real favour by trying to make more of what they had in the minutes after the goal. But with the control they had, they were never really under threat of losing this.
I will be joined by someone very special.
Just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin for joining us and to wish you a very good day. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
And this is now today's
So the gloves are off, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
So off we go then. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Another rendition of this never-ending feud. It will never lose its significance. And it's James. He's had a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Cross needs to be good. And that should get the job done. It's loose here, and they'll want to reclaim it. Grimes. Onyeka. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's gone back to the keeper. Chilwell. And Uri. James. Chilwell. Richards. And Monga. Looking for options for movement. Pings in across. Cleared away. That's a sharp pass. Chance here to counter. Oh, that's a key interception. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
So we're still where we started right now. Grimes. Can he get it through? Ball swung in. And it's claimed by the keeper. Now it's Kramaric. James. He is through here. And that's aimed into the middle.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That'll be a throw-in. Chilwell finding himself in space. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Now, can they get him away? Out of play for a goal kick. Oh, good-looking ball. Well, that has not gone well. Kramaric. Gets a good foot in there. Tries to play it through. Grimes. Onyeka. And the finish! That is decidedly lacking. Grimes. Onyeka. That pass isn't the best. Monga. And it's Chilwell. Looking to play him in. Chance! And he's got it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
After 36 minutes is number 10.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Gives it back. And here's Kramaric. Could move up a gear here. Not the most accurate pass. Monga. Chilwell. Ambitious ball here. No luck with that dink over the top. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Onyeka. Takes aim and crosses. Monga. And it's James. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Chilwell promptly onto that, and that is that. That's the end of the first 45. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. How would you review the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Leicester have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. So we're off again. Leicester currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Here's a shot. Big chance! And it's in! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
After 47 minutes is
perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this one always did feel hard to predict, and that's exactly how it looks like turning out.
Onyeka.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
Richards. Over to the right flank. So no flag here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
Leicester really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
Kramaric. Not a hint of offside here. Real chance! And it's in! And they get themselves in front! Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action, that's another really clever finish.
And now he has two. Leicester have their lead. Grimes. That is ended up in no man's land. Yarai. Richards, currently being consciously targeted.
Well, learning from your mistakes and not repeating them is never completely guaranteed, but that rear guard is more focused on him now.
Lofted in. That's a decent clearance. Rudoni goes short. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And he's picked it up out wide. Quality ball. Onyeka. Now this could be a chance. And a chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Coventry really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Rudoni is in third place in the scoring charts. Just about up to 75 minutes.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Threads one in. This looks promising.
Coventry really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Now it's Kramaric. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pass somewhat off target. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Nicely weighted ball. Monga. Leicester are looking to break at pace. Leicester preparing now to welcome the final whistle. Now that looks a decent ball. Crosses it in. And the keeper gets his hands on it.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Monga. Monga. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
2 minutes to be added on.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Monga. And time is up. Leicester have done it. They've achieved what they came for. Maximum points, the perfect outcome. Richards claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
Thank you everyone for your support today.
Well, that's
You
the
are
lot for
more
now.
than just
Thanks
our
to you,
12th
Jim,
man.
and goodbye. So the overriding question in this part of Planet Football is will they or won't they? There's a football game amongst it all, an apparent detail in the broad brush of expectation and bravado. The champions-elect already have one hand firmly on the trophy. A win here will guarantee them the ultimate photo opportunity. Well, the pre-match build-up has been is raring to go.
Well, Peter, they've been the best team over the course of the season. That's why they're in this position in the first place. Now, as long as they stick to what they've done so far, I can't see any reason as to why they won't do it again today.
And this is now today's lineup.
Oxford have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not. and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
So off we go then. So will today be the day? The crowd hugely expectant. Kasper Schmeichel making his 200th appearance today. I guess that's the most significant team news.
Yeah, and he looks like he's raring to go here too, Peter. You can really tell how eager he is to leave his mark on this game. And when he's in that sort of a mood, he usually gets what he wants.
Conte. And it's Okazaki. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Lancashire. Monga. Now it's Vardy. And Vardy! Denied by an instinctive save.
Vardy actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
On the ball, and again! It is a corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Cross to the back post. Getting up there! Oh, he's hit the bar! And that should get the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No caution from them.
It's a promising position. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Donnelly with the short one. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. Donnelly plays it short. And he's picked it up out wide. Goes for a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Crosses it in here.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Brannigan. Oxford have a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Dudley!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Brannigan. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, nothing to report in terms of goals, but it's not for the want of trying.
Well, it's certainly not a drab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
And this is Okazaki. A corner it is then. Oxford are looking to go forward now. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, that was vital. Oxford are very well equipped down the flanks. It is a tried and tested formula.
Well, Peter, that can cause real problems if they're allowed to run riot in those positions, whether through direct running or from deliveries towards the box. It can work.
Spencer aims beyond the defence. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. They've played it short. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's bustling through here. Now it's Vardy. Engages and forces him off the ball. Vardy had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
It's a promising position. In towards the back stick. Vardy! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
It's a good foot in there. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Another pass just keeps it to... Can he finish? Well, now it's a red... Oh, he's been caught on it here! It's a goal kick. Donnelly. Brannigan. Shifted it to the flank. Oxford ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Tries to play it through. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Indicated.
Now that's well seen too. Donnelly. Oh, they can break here. Oh, played right into his path. Vardy. Coming, gets his hands on it, and that brings the first half to a close. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So there was the first half.
Leicester really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
Well, it's been a half that hasn't lacked suspense or intrigue. It's only lacked goals. 0-0 at the break.
Everyone, please welcome our players to the field.
That gets us going once more.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Brannigan. Donnelly. Brannigan. And Spencer. Oh, good spread. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Schlupp. Monga. He's having a hit! That's a decent clearance. Monga. Very nicely done. Schlupp. And that is headed for the middle.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Shoots! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And he's there to clear it. And that's a throw-in. That is lovely. And it's Schlupp. Elik did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Monga. Vardy, looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, he continually breaks the lines and gets himself into terrific positions.
Vardy has assisted more league goals than anyone else this season. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Donnelly. That has not gone well. Vardy. Great vision. Now there's a fine ball. Big chance! And he scores! Lift off! It is lift off towards glory! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Leicester penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
Okazaki has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Now, can they get him away? Oh, well played, well sorted out. Your impression so far, Jim?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive attempt to go further in front.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Oh, that's fabulous. Vardy with the delivery.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, nicely intercepted. So, what can they make of this? Schlupp kept his eye on it, and he's there. That's a lovely, neat pass, and he's intervened well there. Donnelly. Now it's Vardy.
Leicester surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Leading by just one goal and still some defending to do. And he's worked it through. And this is Okazaki. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Substitution on the field. Number 33.
Final checks on the touchline.
Number
A change
17.
about to occur.
Coming on the field. Number 14. Number 7.
Cleared away. Oh, well played. That is ended up in no man's land. Okazaki. A header! And that would have been game, set and match.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
Substitution.
Time for a change in personnel.
Yeah, I think he's trying to stay one step ahead of his opponents here, maintain the upper hand, so to speak. I can see that. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
He's having a shot! Oh, good finish. We thought they were done, but never say never. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Substitution in progress.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
There will
Well,
be 5
that
minutes
might be
added
that,
time.
Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Plays the return pass. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Conte. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And that will be it. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Your reflections then, Jim?
Leicester certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
I think we're just about out of time, so many thanks to Jim and a very good afternoon to you.
I'm very glad to say that I will be joined by someone very special in announcing today's Man of the Match award.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
And welcome to today's match.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
And this is now today's lineup.
Leicester have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
So we're up and running. Leicester are playing in hope here. Winning alone, not enough for the title. Conte. Monga. And it's Chilwell. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Aimed beyond the defence.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Lovely feeding, is such a good mover. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. No, that was never going to make it. Okazaki. Great vision. Tries a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Spread out to the left. Quarter of an hour played. Driven in. And he's straight offside. Back in possession and ready to go again. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Conte. And here's Vardy. Looking for options for movement. Birmingham are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, well measured. And it's made its way to him. That's not going far. And here comes the corner. They've played it short. This looks promising. And a shot! And now a sudden chance to counter. And he can clear it away. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Monga.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
No, he's not getting past him there. Spread it left. And he's whipped it across. Defending of the desperate variety. Leicester have the chance to go the other way. And this is Vardy.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, terrible. He's had a shot! Goal! A goal at a really telling moment. Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, he's found support out wide.
There will be 1 minute
And
added
he stands tall, impenetrable. And there's his chance to lead the counter. That's the end of the first 45. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Leicester finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
So let's get the ball rolling.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Good ball, good take. That's going across goal. And that should get the job done. Chilwell can get it clear. Crosses it in. Has to go back here. Shoots! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. He's there to hit it! Oh, it rattles the bar! No, just not quite.
Well, was he a little smarter then, Peter, than he needed to be? I'm not sure he needed to cut it as fine as he did. He had enough of the goal to aim at.
Played into space. Monda. So no flag here. It's a good run, that. Great timing.
Okay, it didn't quite come off on this occasion, but you get the feeling as a team they might want to just stick with this approach.
Spread to the right. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. And it's Okazaki! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they want another.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So they have it all to do again.
Leicester really will be annoyed. They failed to make anything of their lead, and it's so typical that this happens.
Osai Samuel, almost an hour gone. Who saw this coming? What an enthralling contest, what a wonderful contest. Conte being hounded, manhandled at times.
Look, stopping him is imperative. It may not eliminate trouble, but it'll reduce it. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Birmingham choosing to make the first change.
Substitution in progress.
Out for a throw. Osei Samuel. Roberts. That's going wide left. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Played out towards the right wing.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Monga has the third most assists in the league this year. He's looking wide. Chilwell plays towering header. Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Osei Samuel. Just eases him off the ball. Conte. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Osei Samuel. And it's Osei Samuel.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And here's Vardy. Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Substitution.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Substitution on the field. Number 2, Yarai. Coming on to replace him is number 8.
Cleared without hesitation. Roberts. Some front-footed pressing going on here. And that's been intercepted. Leicester desperate now, still chasing that elusive goal and the glory that would go with it. That's an imaginative pass. And this is Okazaki. Oh, good effort! Oh, that could be pivotal! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the...
Leicester found a way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Oh, that is a nice touch. Cross to the back post. And he's there to belt it away.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Added minutes has been indicated.
Well, that's well seen too.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Chilwell cuts out the pass. Leicester clearly now in lead preservation mode. Chance here to counter. That's good running with the ball. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. And so, the crowning moment. The handing over of a trophy which reflects a truly wonderful season. Every one of them has played his part, and together they are champions. And now the formal coronation, acknowledgement of the best team through a long, demanding campaign. So much hard labour, and now so great a reward.
Please put your hands together, everyone, and give our boys a round of applause for a job well done.